Bad times in the economy mean good times for some, like bankruptcy attorneys. One other business that's booming, pawn shops, also known in the trade as collateral lenders. Today, they don't just serve, though, low-income earners. Joining us right now is Todd Hills. He's the founder and CEO of Boomerang Lending. That's an online pawn dealer that serves high-end clientele who have fallen on hard times. Todd, great to have you here with Matt and me.
Thank you very much for having me on.
So talk to us a little bit about your clientele, who they typically are.
Well, our clientele is a very affluent clientele these days.
But not so much that they've got to bring some stuff in and get some.
Well, these are entrepreneurs. These are hedge fund managers. These are real estate developers, real estate agents, mortgage brokers. Very affluent people that in the past years have had a lot of access to credit and have really experienced some great times and have acquired a lot of luxury goods.
So what's a hedge fund manager bringing into you?
We had a hedge fund manager just recently bring us in a very nice watch and a very expensive motorcycle.
Oh, really? What kind of motorcycle is that?
Ducati Desmoducci. I believe there's like 100 of them in the entire United States.
So what actually happens to this stuff then? Do you put it up on the website straight up for sale, or do you tell them, like, we'll hold it for 6 months, and then if you don't come back?
Exactly, Matt. It really is a true collateral-backed loan. We hold the item for 6 months. We give them 6 months to come back, and we feel that 6 months is a proper amount of time to kind of get back on your feet. If you're starting a new business, you're waiting for a commission check, or something, a real estate closing, what have you, 6 months is the appropriate time for them to get back.
So say some guy brings you a Desmoducci, you give him 10 grand for it, and then he comes back 6 months later. What does he have to pay you to get it out of hawk, so to speak?
Well, typically they don't keep these loans in for 6 months. They typically keep these loans in for around 90 days. So a loan like that is going to cost about $1,200 to service for the entire 90-day period.
How many people come back? How many people say equipment's yours?
About 92% so far have come back to retrieve their merchandise. We've got to remember, these are very high-end luxury items that people have spent thousands and thousands of dollars, and in today's market, it's just not a good time to sell, so they don't want to lose these items.
What's the most expensive item that you've had brought in?
We took a solid gold 18-karat purse in from the early 1940s, or early 1900s, I'm sorry, that was just unbelievable. We loaned the woman $50,000 on it.
A purse?
A purse.
A handbag?
A handbag, yes.
See, motorcycles aren't the only thing that can be expensive.
I was thinking we were going to hear Ferrari here.
Yeah, exactly.
How much more activity are you seeing? The last couple of years has been a tough one, and I'm just curious, is business holding at levels that you've seen over the last couple of years when probably people needed to access a lot of money, or is it up or is it down? Where are we?
Well, Boomerang Lending is absolutely booming right now. We're receiving triple the requests that we were receiving, as little as 2 years ago or a year ago. So there's quite a demand for this service right now, and the way it's set up, it really does help people get back on their feet.
What are we talking about as far as the stuff that actually goes on the site for sale? Is there a site that you can peruse and look to buy things?
We are strictly a lender. We don't buy anything and we don't sell anything. If in the unfortunate event that someone does not come back to retrieve their item, then everything goes up for public auction and is sold to the highest bidder.
I see. But where do you auction it, or do you have someone else do that, say Christie's or Sotheby's?
Yeah, exactly. The Christie's and Sotheby's, the other auction houses around, we don't take care of that.
Where do you see going with this model?
Well, we feel like that the model's got a lot of potential to it, being that we can service a loan from $2,000 to $200,000 in as little as 24 hours, and even if credit does loosen up in the future, we feel like we're going to have a nice, strong model because the banks are going to be more stringent. They're going to take more time. It's just more difficult to get a loan. So if you can get a $50,000 loan in 24 hours to solve a problem,
right,
we feel like that we got a great model.
Do you have to access cash from the banks to kind of keep everything moving along here, or not necessarily?
We do. We're a venture-backed company, and we also have relationships with some of the larger banks and lines of credits and so on and so forth.
Interesting.
All right. Hey, Todd, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Boomerang Lending. If the guy doesn't come back for the Desmoducci,
he's got a Vespa.
Shoot me an email. I'm looking to upgrade.
Oh, you are? Okay.